That's not how the Force works.
I don't care!
What are you talking about?
I don't care!
Yeah, I think I remember seeing the movie. There's one scene that sticks out, and it probably sticks out for everybody, which is that, have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
G'day guys and welcome. G'day guys and welcome. Welcome back to Casual Rage. Prepare to start the show, R2. This is where the fun begins. Hello everyone and welcome to Casual Rage 217, where we casually rage out about the topics of the week. And of course, for the last few weeks, like I said last week, it's all been Superman, Fantastic Four. We haven't really talked much about Jurassic World, but that's just going to do what the Jurassic movies do. And I'm not interested in that at all, especially after the last two. Ironheart, we're going to touch on it because nobody's talking about it. It came and went, and that's, I think, how they planned it. Just a little bit of Star Wars news. I've had a hell of a week, though. A hell of a week. Flashcast last week, I wasn't well, so I left early. Then Monday I went to work. The next day I went to work, and I was sort of okay. And then Tuesday I was wiped out. Tuesday I didn't go to work. I was felt like absolute arse. And then I've sort of been getting better, but it's just been lingering around. So I don't know. I haven't felt 100%, and I haven't for a week and a half. And then there's some days where it's worse than others. Anyway, it's been... Is it cold? Yeah. It's cold here. And I think I've got a bit of a head cold. Okay, Greg, how you doing? Good to see you, brother. It's been a long time. Let's quickly say hello to the chat, seeing as we're already there. We got Tillium here. How you doing? Good to see you. We got Jordan Star Wars. Force choke that like button and share the stream out. Yes, do it. Thank you, Jordan Star Wars. We've got Mr. Bantham saying just made it. I was a little bit late, so you had plenty of time. I honestly, dude, I don't even know what the purpose of it is. Like, that's why I stuffed up my intro, because they also changed the format of like how you see the videos in StreamYard. They just keep changing stuff. And it's like, okay, I can understand if you want to change stuff if it like improves it, but it's not. It's actually like, it makes it more confusing. But then, all right, you might get used to that, but it's like, it hasn't changed from how you used it before. Like, there's no improvement anyway. But yeah, this XP thing, I have no idea, dude. I have no idea. I will say that I don't know whether or not it's YouTube that's done this or whether or not it is StreamYard that's done this, but the ability, actually, it's YouTube. It's not StreamYard. Like, the ability to put goals up, like, you know, I could put, let's just do, let's try and, in half an hour, let's try and get, do I need to, I can't just start it? I was just going to do one $5 super chat, give it 30 minutes, but I got to put in like a, no, I don't need that. Fuck it. We're not even going to fucking bother because they've got to put something in there. I don't know why. But yeah, anyway, that's YouTube, not StreamYard. Anyway, who else we got here? We got Mike Hill. How you doing, Mike? Superman is dog shit of a movie. Man, I'm hearing some real mixed things about it. I know Flash enjoyed it. There's a couple more people that I've heard out there saying like they didn't mind it. They thought it was better than meh. But then there's people out there saying that it's meh. There's no one out there really saying that it's really bad yet. I'm hoping that I get a free ticket for it before Flashcast, just so that I can at least see it. Because I'm not going to go to the theaters to see. If I'm going to go to the theaters, I go to the theaters that rarely that if I'm going to go to the theaters to see something right now, it's F1. Because I really want to see that. I've been getting so into the F1. I think I keep saying that. No way people abuse that for more XP. Thank you, Greg. We got Pro Jack fan. How you doing? Good to see you. Well, the only screaming man that we've got is that one. Oh, why did it do that?
They came bounding over.
Fuck off! Disney! You fucking cunt!
See, this is them changing shit and it fucking the whole system up. Who else we got here? Does Rhino know he's muted? Oh, could you imagine? 8 minutes in, and I just realized that I'm muted. Hey, buddy. Hey, Joshua. How you doing? Good to see you. Let's just scroll through a little bit here. We got insert username. How you doing? We got RIP Star Wars. Good to see you. Disney Star Wars is not Star Wars. That's correct. It's a true statement. All right. We're pretty much all caught up. Watching about through, man, when there's multiple live streams going on and I'm interested to hear what like people are saying, I've just got to so almost like bookmark them and just go back and rewatch them at faster speed sometimes, especially when I'm in the car driving. It's good that I get like an hour in the morning basically and about 40 minutes at night in the car. Get to catch up on some of those streams and everything. But yeah, was there anything else that I really needed to catch up on? I don't think so. This weekend's going to be an interesting stream on Flashcast because I think we're getting Flash is getting a few people to come on and talk about Star Wars, talk about Superman. It's funny, after I left yesterday, I'm like, oh man, why can't I talk? See, this is what's wrong with me because I'm sort of not well. I'm like, fucking everything up. After I left Flashcast last week, they start talking about Star Wars. I went away, I went and laid down for a little bit because I really wasn't feeling well. And then I sort of got back up and, chucked my phone on and chucked the stream on, and they're talking about Star Wars. How dare they? How dare they? Gabriel Knight is here as well, and he drops 5 gifted memberships. Dude, thank you so much. Appreciate it. The clips. Clips are all over the place.
Thank you very much.
I'll give you OG this time.
Not bad, not bad. Now you.
The best.
I thought I had another one, but I don't. I got Steph, I got me, I got OG Star Wars. What's this one? Oh, this is a really long one. I don't remember who made these for me. I think it was Hermitage.
Now you.
Oh, it's Jim. His old setup. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Gabriel Knight. Appreciate that. Let's see. RIP Star Wars for 19 months. Thank you, dude. Appreciate the continuous support. It's been awesome. Did you see Theory shilling to John Boyega? No, I did not. Is there a clip or something? Do you want to... if anybody has like a clip on Twitter or something like that, DM it to me. I'll have a quick look at that if it's like a small quick thing. And Mr. Bantham also drops 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, dude. Thanks, guys.
R4. Prepare to jettison the spare part canisters.
Red 2, standing by.
Red 11, standing by.
Red 5, standing by.
Anakin, Chancellor Palpatine is evil! From my point of view, the Jedi are evil! Well, then you are lost!
We don't want to play that one.
Can you see the ball sack now?
A bad one for a super chat.
Thank you very much.
Or gifted memberships. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Bantham. Thank you, Gabriel Knight. Thank you, RIP Star Wars. Appreciate the support. Script Trooper, how you doing? Good to see you. Theory completely flipped upon meeting Boyega. Really? After harsh words in March. What? Jesus, it just goes to show how much I'm sort of tapped out at the moment. I am not paying attention to Theory, and I just so done with it all. They're all fucking, it's just stupid. Riffstar, how you doing? G'day. We've also got Nick from Echo Base Network. How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, man, Star Wars is like, it's so over. for Star Wars. There's no coming back. There's nothing like, people want to talk about like this was okay and this was okay and this was good and this was fucking, it's all shit. It is all just garbage. And it's all not Star Wars. And it's all in the same canon. They're bullshit canon. And they'll any good elements, if there are any good elements that people do see in some of these things, they will find a way to fuck it up. In my eyes, they've already fucked it up. But it's kind of like the Luke Skywalker moment, right? Like if we could talk about just that, or even going back to like The Force Awakens, after a bit of time, people went back and looked at it and go, okay, maybe it's not as good as I originally thought it was. I got all hyped up in the moment or whatever. It's just, that's the whole thing that Disney Star Wars is. It's just shallow and there's nothing to it. There's no substance to it anymore. There's no heart. There's no soul. It's self-referencing. It's actually, when you think about it, it's so bad that you kind of ask yourself, what is Star Wars now? Like, what do you get from Star Wars now? You could almost say that about all of entertainment. What do you get out of entertainment now? Like right now on TV, right now is Superman Returns. I always just chuck the TV on sometimes for some background noise or whatever. But obviously the stream's going, mute the TV and everything. But just before the stream started, it was the scene with the plane, right? And he goes into the plane, makes sure Lois is okay, and then sort of speaks to everybody. Just that. Superman Returns for me isn't necessarily it's definitely not the best Superman movie. It's not the worst Superman either, I don't think. But that final part of the movie, it's horrible. I hate it. Spacey's Lex. Anyway, but that plane crash scene, like that thing, and as he's walking off the plane and all the reporters are on the plane and they're all trying to ask him questions and stuff, and the crowd's cheering because he basically puts the plane down in a baseball field. Like that. I reckon that one scene in Superman Returns, based on what I'm hearing about Superman, this new Superman movie, that one scene trumps nearly everything in this. Theory is definitely seal of the week. Well, somebody needs to send it to me or tag me in it or something, and we'll watch it for seal of the week. And let me see. I've just received, because I've already got seals of the week. No, I don't think. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah. Mike, I see you. All right, Mike, we got this. We will. Let me drag that over. We're going to have to eliminate one to put theory in, but seeing as the chat is asking for it, and RIP Star Wars is a 19-month member, we'll allow that. We'll allow it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hearing about, and again, I've made it very clear that I am not a massive DC person. I'm much more of a Marvel. I'm much more of an X-Men person. But we all know Superman. We all watched Superman as a kid. Christopher Reeve's Superman. That's Christopher Reeve's Superman. I think the more adaptations of Superman that we sort of get, it seems like the more we kind of remove ourselves from what Superman is, the more, yeah. like, I didn't mind Henry Cavill as Superman. I didn't mind his portrayal of like Clark and Superman and all of that sort of thing. The biggest thing that I don't like about the Man of Steel movie is the Park Kent death. Like, that's my biggest criticism of that movie. When you say Christopher Reeve, no, because it's not Christopher Reeves. It's Christopher Reeve apostrophe S. There's no S, is it? There's no S before the apostrophe. Reeves's? Like, I'm looking at this. Because it's not Christopher Reeves. It's Christopher Reeve, right? See, this is how retarded I am. Even, yeah, okay. Back to Superman. Now, I can't say that I haven't seen people's reviews. I've obviously mentioned it before. I'm not going to lie. But I think I was going to do that anyway. I think word of mouth, now more than ever, when it comes to our entertainment and the people that we trust, I think now more than ever, word of mouth is become more important than it ever has been before. If it's a good movie, you know, people say that it's a good movie. If it's a really good movie, people say, go and see this movie, and then they almost refuse to talk about it because they don't want to give spoilers, because they want you to go see it. That's if a person doesn't really want to talk about it too much because they're afraid that they'll give out spoilers or something like that, or they really don't want to give spoilers, so they sort of try and make sure that when they're doing a review, it's a very broad overview of it. You know that that's a great movie, like a really good movie. And I know that you know, even though there are people out there that I agree with on certain movies, and like I also do disagree with them on some things too. Like, I don't know. It's going to be, Flashcast's going to be interesting. Because I think out of everyone that I've seen, or out of all the reviews and everyone that I've seen talk about it who have seen it, Flash has actually liked it the most. And I think he likes the comic book element to it. Like, it is very comic booky as a movie, if you could use that phrase, if you could use that word. Nitrium, how you doing? The only decent moment of in Superman Returns, yeah, probably. It's pretty cool, that scene. Finally, no competition with Jack Show. Is there no Jack Show today? Excuse me. We need something else. I'm superheroed out to an extent. I don't believe that. And I'm not taking it, I'm honestly not taking a shot at you at all, Script. I just don't believe that we all are going through, like, quote unquote, superhero fatigue, so to speak. I think, and I just quickly say hello to Sherry. How you doing? I think that because of how shit things have got, we're over the shit. If they were to come out, and I think the proof of that is in something like No Way Home or Deadpool Wolverine to an extent. I actually think that No Way Home is a way better movie than Deadpool Wolverine. Deadpool Wolverine is sort of dumb fun and like, really, when it comes to continuity within the MCU and stuff like that, it is almost isolated in its own little world. Whereas, like, obviously with No Way Home, that does have consequences, massive consequences within the MCU for Spider-Man anyway. And the fact that nobody now knows who he is. Maybe it is. I could be wrong, but I just think that if, let's say, they were to come out with a an amazing Superman movie, and then Marvel was to follow that up with an amazing Fantastic Four movie, and then, DC was to follow that up with an amazing Batman movie, and then maybe amazing, bringing some other characters together, like building a universe through the sort of the same way that Marvel did in the fact that they did individual character movies, and then they sort of brought them together, and then they, built on that, and you could sort of splice in some characters being in other individual characters' movies and stuff like that. But the way it worked and the continuity of the characters and the way the characters were portrayed and all of that sort of thing was really good. I think, Script, if you were to get that now, you wouldn't feel the same way that you do. Yeah, it's shit superhero fatigue. That's the problem. I truly think that that's what the problem is. Like DC has, over probably the last 5 to 10 years, over the last decade, I reckon they've had a bigger opportunity than, since sort of Endgame, DC has had the opportunities to do better than Marvel. They've been a mess when it comes to actually structuring something decent, as opposed to the MCU that sort of built itself over that 10-year period. When did Phase 3 finish? 2019. That's right, just before the pandemic. 2019. Good day, E-Clay. How you doing? Yeah, 2019. So really, since then, 5-6 years, DC really should have taken advantage over that time as the MCU was getting diminishing returns moving forward after Endgame. It's amazing how they had the normies in their pocket. They had people that would never consider watching superhero movies. My sister was one of them. And interested to see what's next, because they had decent characters, and the characters were, up until probably James Gunn's fucking Guardians. Then sort of after Guardians of the Galaxy, obviously, all the characters had to be sort of that humorous Guardians way, Guardians 3 was actually pretty decent as well. I didn't mind that at all. But that's the thing. If a movie can pull on your sort of emotional heartstrings a little bit when it comes to a fucking raccoon, I think that's a decent movie. If it can actually do that. But okay, being that I haven't seen Superman yet, I can't speak on whether or not I think it's good or bad. Based on some of the things that I have heard, and I have heard spoiler stuff as well, I do want to still see it for myself. But Jor-El, from what I've heard about that Jor-El message, I think that's the one part of it that I'm going to hate the most. At least the one thing in Snyder's universe with Jor-El, the stuff with Jor-El was fantastic, I think. Russell Crowe. Even when Superman's on the ship and Jor-El's in the, computer system, and the stuff that Jor-El talks about with even Lois as well. But both Superman and Lois, the stuff in there I thought was really fucking good. I don't know. Supergirl is a drunk party girl. That's the next thing too. And I just don't understand that decision. Don't get caught up in that. They left the door wide open for the message to be a manipulation or not the full message. That's the other thing too. Is it so subtle? And by the way, this version of Superman isn't an asshole. He strives to be what he believes in is right, and believes his power gives him purpose. Which Superman are you talking about? Sorry, I need to scroll back up here. Are you talking about the current? Have you seen the Superman movie, Greg? The new one? Have you seen it yet? Let's have a look at obviously some of the lead up to the Superman release, some of the reactions. Saw it today. Just I mean, you could give us a number out of 10, but if you don't, was it good or bad? Or did you like it? What did you think? Sorry, you may have already said, and I've just sort of missed it because you know how I am. Should I go see it? Should Mr. Bantham go see it, Greg, in your eyes? Nice. Yeah, they are. And this is where, I don't know whether or not, this is why I want to see it for myself. Because this is the thing. When you wait for that word of mouth sort of thing, the people that I've waited for the word of mouth on are on, there's a little bit of a split there. Oh, that's not good. I give it a 3 or a 4 out of 10. That's not good. It's like $20 every time I go. Is that all? Fuck. I guess if you're American, right, Mr. Bantham? So $20 US is like $32 Australian. That's about what it would cost me. Okay. I have some gripes about some moments, but overall I liked it. I would watch the follow-ups. Okay. See, Greg's a bit more of a DC guy than I am. So another person that I would trust in regards to their thoughts on a movie like this would be Greg for me. Definitely. Or F1 is an 8 out of 10. I like that. I like that a lot. Rebirth. Man, you've seen a lot of movies, Lemon Squeeze. 5 out of 10 for Rebirth. So it's just mid. I'm not really a comic book guy at all. Yeah, but you like a Superman. I remember the Snyder, early stages of that, you were sort of a bit more involved in that. Where you kind of liked the Snyderverse. I wouldn't say you're one of those Snyder bro fucking retards out there at all. That's not what I'm saying. But yeah. Still, I think you're pretty level-headed when it comes to your thoughts on movies and shows and shit. All right, we haven't even watched anything yet. Let's oh my God, StreamYard, what have you done? All right, so we're just going to go through because instead of like individually just clicking on them so that I could have a million tabs, I thought I'd just bring up my bookmarks for Casual Rage because that's basically where I keep them all. I don't want to go into that stuff just yet. We got some reviews down there. I want to talk a little bit about the promotional side of what they've been doing with Superman, and I feel like it's coming, and it sort of already has started, but I feel like it is coming with Fantastic Four as well, where, and I don't know whether or not this has become like a more recent thing, but I feel like we're not just getting trailers anymore. We're getting these like 30 to, let's say, 90-second clips of parts of the movie. And I feel like when you go into these movies after seeing a lot of the promotional stuff, you've seen a lot of the movie already. Now, yes, there's context and stuff like that you might need, some dialogue, some actual information in regards to what it is that you're seeing and why you're seeing what you're seeing. But I don't know where this has come from in regards to, like, okay, think back to, I'm just going to pluck something out, something big. What was big? The Matrix. Let's talk the Matrix for a second. When they were promoting the Matrix, now, yes, social media wasn't what it is today, there was barely any fucking social media, if any, fucking back when the Matrix came out, maybe Facebook at the most. But there's still it was still just trailers. And the trailers were like, instead of them being like these minute to minute and a half trailers where you really get nothing, they were like 3-minute trailers. I just feel like the way that they're promoting these movies, it's almost like they make more out of a trailer than they are out of the movie. They make more out of a clip and sharing a clip on YouTube and then spreading that around their social medias and stuff like that. And I'm talking about the studios and stuff that, I don't know, that they recoup some of their losses through the promotional material. This is what I'm talking about.
Hey, IGN fans, here's an exclusive look at a new clip from Superman.
Target in sight.
He's back.
Now think about some of the clips that we've seen already as well. We've seen the interview, the interview argument between Lois and Superman. Seen him storm in on Lex, when he steals his dog and they have that back and forward or whatever. We've seen the thing with the kaiju where he saves the dog. Now, look, I know, like, I'm basically telling you what we've seen in those things, and they are very just quick and simple things. And this is why I'm saying, like, there might be some more context to some of those scenes, obviously. But I still feel like, why are we seeing minute-long clips of the movie? I feel like if you've done a good trailer and you're promoting through the junkets and everything that you're doing, you're promoting the movie well, why do you need to release minute-long fucking clips? Why do you need to release these things?
You're 5 o'clock.
Copy.
C. 18A.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, we've seen, like, okay, he's fighting in trailers. We don't need to see a minute-long clip of a fight going on. Honestly, we don't need to see. You're going to go to the movie, and for this minute-long thing, you're going to be like, oh, so this is the context of why this fight is happening. Cool. Now I've seen the fight. Obviously, we're not going to see all of the fight in a minute, but you know what I'm saying.
34B. 98Z. 8H.
Cool. We get to see Lex control. What is this? A robot? Fucking super fucking thing that can beat the shit out of Superman. Okay.
4014. 4014.
Cool. So that fight scene I've seen now. I just, like I said, I just don't know where this whole thing has come from, where instead of a trailer just being enough and then promoting the movie and talking about their movie, they have to release these clips now. So what? It's almost like they're spoiling the movie. The people that made the movie are trying every way possible to spoil as many scenes as they can. That's what this feels like. I have no other explanation for it. You know when you were so excited to see a movie that you would even avoid watching the trailer? I don't know if I've done that. I don't know. I don't do that with every movie. But if there's something that I'm really interested in that I think that, you know, they might show some spoilers or something throughout the trailers or whatever, I just avoid the trailer. This is like fucking for the last, I don't know, month, nearly every second day they're releasing either like, you know, them like Happy Days opening, or I can't remember whatever the sitcom opening was that they did. They get a promotional thing like that where you see the cast just being silly and stupid and, you know, maybe some chemistry between them in some of this stuff. Then the next day you get a trailer. Then the next day you get a TV spot. Then the next day you get a 1 minute clip. Then the next day you get some more promotional stuff, them on a red carpet or somebody asking a question. And then you get an answer that goes viral or something like that. And then the next day you get another TV spot. And then the next day they might release another TV spot. And then the next day they might release a trailer. That's what it feels like. That's true. That is true. There is obviously a difference when you're like hyper concentrated on it. But still, they are releasing all of these things. Whether or not the normies are actually seeing all of these things or not, you know, a normie watches this 1 minute clip, they've seen that part of the movie. I still don't understand what the purpose of it is. Is this designed to get somebody hyped? I thought that's what trailers were supposed to do. Where, yeah, you get glimpses of the movie and you might get a brief synopsis of what the underlying plot or story of the movie might be. You don't get that anymore. You get these shitty trailers that really have no depth or anything to them. You might get a little bit of dialogue, and then, you know, after they get some reviews and everything, they release the trailers that say it's a triumph, it's a fucking masterpiece. It's, you know, the Hollywood Reporter said that it's a masterpiece forged in somewhere like the center of the earth. Oh, like fucking, I don't know. And that's then their trailers, their clips. You can avoid it though. You can. I just don't know. You know what's really funny about that, Greg, is that I never had to avoid it before because it didn't exist before. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Let's because this is basically we'll go into some of these quick reviews that I saw here. But obviously this was making the rounds in regards to the immigrant allegory or whatever, the immigrant thing that James Gunn said. People have talked about this. James Gunn's response to it. This guy, the guy, is this the gayest Star Wars? Is this the gayest Marvel? Is this the gayest Superman? That guy, he knows how to fucking trigger a fucking viral question. And I just hate the way, I hate the way he phrases it. Marga's all a bit pissed off. They're talking about your Trump allegory, your illegal immigrant allegory, whatever. Dude, it's phrasing the question in such a political way is just fucking annoys the shit out of me. Because, how do you know that it is just MAGA that's the ones that are fucking pissed off about him saying this? How do you know that? How about you just say there are some fans out there? But again, you know how to trigger a fucking viral question, don't you? So anyway, I'm sure you've all heard it, but let's just quickly...
How many Supermans do you have in your head? How many Superman movies? I have them all, but I really am from the comics, So for me, this is the most comic book movie I've ever made by far. Maybe the first real comic book movie I've made. Because I really am influenced by the comics, and I wanted...
Okay, I found the wrong clip. Oh, no, I saved that one because that was him obviously referencing...
To have people experience the joy I felt when I was reading comic books as a kid in this movie.
And that was one thing that Flash did say is it definitely feels very comic book, Why do I have those two, but I don't have his response to that question? Well, let's take a listen to Sam Gunn and his response. I think he did the worst out of all of them.
Your boss, your brother, talked about Superman being an immigrant. And now MAGA is already upset that he's called Superman an immigrant. I wanted to get your reaction.
My reaction to that is that it is exactly what the movie is about, I think. That, we support our people.
And, this is the thing that I will say about this is, dude, from what I've heard, this is barely... this is barely a thing. What did they do this with before? Where they came out, I can't remember what it was. Greg, can you remember? Where they said this is supposed to be basically this type of allegory, and then you watch the thing and it's what were they fucking talking? What you said there did damage to people going to see it, but it wasn't even in it. I can't remember what it was, but that's what this sort of sounds like as well. That's what this feels like as well. But to say...
we love our immigrants. Yes, Superman is an immigrant. And yes, the people that we support...
Even there, he doesn't even really know what to say. And the people that we support are immigrants. Legal ones, maybe? Okay, cool. You can support those. How about supporting, America, you're American, support Americans. We should support Australians. It's so bad to say that. Oh my God.
In this country are immigrants, and if you don't like that, then you're not American. People who say no to immigrants are against the American way. They're against what the American dream is all about.
And what does all of this have to do with Superman? Oh, because Superman was... It's so different, though. I think everybody's gone over it. Superman sort of assimilated. He was brought up as basically an American. Anyway, and here's Nathan Fillion.
James has said that Superman is an immigrant story.
that it is political. MAGA today was getting a little upset that he called Superman an immigrant. I wanted to get your...
I'd like to know whether or not he was actually laughing at the actual question. Like, I hope that he would have his head screwed on enough that he's laughing at the way that he's phrasing the question more so than laughing at the fact that it's MAGA.
Reaction.
Somebody needs a hug. It's just a movie, guys. It's just a movie.
Yeah. The thing is you say that it's just a movie, but, you know, when things getting thrown out there and it's, you know, immigration is being used as a promotional tool for Superman through James Gunn's comments, is it now still just a movie? Or like what? It's just a movie. Don't put any of the real world politics in there. It's just a fucking movie. Like, you can make the argument the other way. I don't know about... And I like Nathan Fillion, man. I actually do. But yeah. James Gunn's answer was the best, but here I am being completely unorganized and not being able to find it. Because every time I search for something on Twitter or on X on my computer, it doesn't fucking find anything. It doesn't do anything. I got to do it on my phone to find it. Anyway. Oh, yeah, he also... Actually, I should find it because he does actually say, you know, and the American way. It's like they've pretty much refused to say that through the whole thing. And then he says it, and it's this, you know, gay reporter says it, and it's sort of okay. That is actually the correct response to the question as it was phrased to him. I agree. But then what he actually says is kind of like, I don't know. No, I get that. Like, that would have been my reaction. Like, if he had asked me that question, I would have sort of just laughed and said, dude, like, show us the receipts that it's all MAGA. Or are you just spreading that on? But yeah. Let's see. Oh, fuck off. Spam it. Yeah, keep spamming. Get banned. I've never banned anyone. But, you know, spammers, they'll get timed out. And then if that doesn't work, then you're out of here. Let's see. I think we'll go into the... All right, let's get rid of all of this. What's this thing down here? Oh.
So much that we're all gathered here to celebrate tonight. For me, it's that films create worlds so vivid and stories so powerful that we lose ourselves in them completely. They create immersive cinematic landscapes that feel alive, whether they're set here in London or anywhere. So what makes us love...
Funny. And that can stay there. All right, let's take a listen to... We'll get rid of these tabs. All right, let's take a listen to some of the out of the theater reviews. Now, is this dude the dude that sits watching Star Wars with Grogu on his lap? Is that dude? I need Grizzy here to answer it. Who's still watching Star Wars? Man, there's nothing Star Wars to watch right now. SWA says, yes, it is. Okay. It does look like him. Definitely. All All right, let's take a listen to their 1 minute review. How do you think it's going to be? Let me show you what I think we're going to see in this 1 minute clip. Look, it could be good. I'm not. Oh shit. Here we go.
We just got out of watching Superman. I want to get these guys' first thoughts right away.
This is the greatest movie ever. I cried 10 times. I laughed out loud. I clawed.
Okay. So I gotta ask Greg in the chat. Like, because Greg, you know, he enjoyed the movie, he likes it. Is there any crying 10 times? Like, to me, that's a little over the top. Even for a girl in this movie. Yeah, there you go. See, this is overdoing it. This is overshilling it. It's fine if you think that it was a good movie, but don't fucking lie. You cried 10 times. They're straight out of the theater. Wouldn't she have mascara? Like, is that what it is? Fucking coming down her fucking face? Like, okay, maybe you can touch it up and make yourself look a little bit better, but like, I don't know.
Into John is like perfect. It's perfect.
It was action-packed. It was heartfelt. It was bright and colorful, but also pretty bone-crunching at times. It has everything you want and so much more.
I think it is the best Superman movie. It is not recency bias.
This is the thing. It's like these people, we're so used to them saying, oh, this is the best Star Wars thing ever. The next Star Wars thing comes out, it's the best Star Wars thing ever. Next thing comes out, it's the best thing ever. Next thing comes out, it's the best thing ever. Better than the previous thing. They just keep getting better and better and better. This is the best Superman you have ever seen. I don't know. Yeah, everything new is the best thing ever. Yeah, cried 10 times. That's right. Hey, Haggy, how you doing? Yeah, tell them it's just a movie. Ha, that's a good fucking point. Tell them it's just a fucking movie. Good day, Blue-Eyed Scorpio. Yeah.
I can say that calmly and confidently. This is undoubtedly my favorite Superman movie. I was moved to tears. I thought it was rousing, and David Cornsweet is going to be my...
You were moved to tears in this movie? I'm sorry, dude, but come on. So she cried 10 times. He fucking... This looks so funny. He should have taken the mic off her because, like, kind of looks funny that he's got, like, a nice gold ring here and, like, some nice red nails.
My Superman, for sure.
Also, it's my favorite Lois Lane by far. That's a character I've always struggled with, and I just think that Rachel Brosnahan brought her to life in a way that was so relatable and moving and such a baddie, and she has so much to do. Just incredible.
And Eddie Gathegi, Mr. Terrific, MVP.
So good. You can't miss this movie. July 11th. You can't miss it.
We just...
So that's a full-on chill fucking reaction, as far as I'm concerned. Let's take a look at this one. I just watched Superman.
I just got back home from watching Superman. And guys, straight up, I love this movie. We got a banger. And this is a film that is about reminding humanity.
You know what I can't stand about some of these people? It's the acting. It was unbelievable. It was so amazing. Yeah, it was so good. I fucking, ugh. Fake as fuck. Twitter.
Back home from watching Superman. And guys, straight up, I love this movie. We got a banger. And this is a film that is about reminding humanity that we are not defined by what the world thinks of us. We are defined by who we choose to be.
Do you think you're in this movie? Dude, do you think you're in this movie right now? It's not defined by what you see. It's defined. Michael Jackson, by what you do. That's what defines you. What the fuck is wrong with you?
We are defined by our actions. We are defined by our choices. We are defined by our ability to impact other people. That is Superman's journey in this film, and it's just the movie the world needs right now. In a similar sense to Spider-Man 2, this is a film that beats down on its hero.
Oh, now bringing this movie up against Spider-Man 2. I'm not going to ask Greg because I know what Greg's going to say about fucking Spider-Man, but Spider-Man 2 is a masterpiece of a comic book movie, a masterpiece of a Spider-Man movie. To bring this even close to that, I haven't even seen it and I know you're full of shit.
Faces so many obstacles throughout this film, and again, the same way he goes through a lot of lows, it makes the highs and the heroic moments so much more fulfilling. And the use of the John Williams Superman score, it is just fucking beautiful, man. And throughout it, Superman...
Whoa, was that an edit right there?
Superman score, it is just fucking beautiful, man. And throughout it, Superman isn't necessarily focused on fighting, even though he does have his fights. He's more focused on saving the people around the action, and it is just so beautiful to see every single time because you get more of the sense of Superman's love for humanity and that connection. There is so much to love about this movie, but all of it completely falls apart if we don't have a great Superman leading the charge. And David Cornsweet gives such a great performance.
You know, I would not have a problem with what this guy is saying if it wasn't so, like, if he didn't put so much mayo on it. And he, like, again, this is like a performance for him. Peak soy. Fuck, you're not fucking wrong.
As Superman. I mean, within the first 10 minutes alone, he displays such a wide range of emotion that it's almost jarring. David plays this character with so much life and personality, and in my opinion, he's the most relatable Superman yet. The rest of the cast are all incredible too. Rachel is perfect as Lois, and Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor is the best Lex we've ever gotten in live action. Straight up, he...
What a pause screen, huh? Shut up. Just shut up. Shut up. I can't stand it.
He is so incredibly evil, oozing with hatred in every scene. He has some killer monologues as well, and he's...
At least he stopped with the... and the long pauses.
He's also really petty, which adds to a little bit of a comedic element, which I really enjoyed as well. One fear I know a lot of people had was that this film had too many characters and it was setting up too much. And
that's one of my biggest fears when it comes to being like a very big DC normie. And from what I've heard, they have done too much. Too many characters.
It does plant some seeds for some future projects, and it does a great job at introducing you to the world of the DCU, but this is very much a Superman story first, and Superman is the star of the show. I haven't even talked about the action, and my god does this film have a lot of it. Some of the craziest action we've ever seen in any superhero film. The third act...
Could you imagine sitting there for the whole time with your fucking cord? Is that like your microphone? Oh, God. God.
Literally feels like the third act of Transformers Dark of the Moon with the amount of action and massive set pieces there are in it. And it is just
Did he just did he just make a relation to Dark Side of the Moon? I don't think you quite realize what you just did there, buddy.
Absolutely batshit crazy in the best way possible. One word that keeps coming to mind is magical. This movie made me feel the same way I did.
Was it magical, Greg? Did you think that Superman was magical? Oh my god. I wonder if he said the same thing about Snow White. It was magical.
When I watched the 1978 Superman film for the first time, and that was the movie that made me fall in love with this character in the first place. This film is going to make you smile. It's going to make you laugh. There was one moment that had me sobbing, and it was just...
Oh my god, we got another crier. We got another crier. There was one moment that had him sobbing. Yeah, probably.
There's so much to dig in here, guys, but my God, Superman is an absolute freaking banger, and this is truly the movie the world needs right now.
Wow, it's truly the movie the world needs right now. Oh, okay. So we've watched 2 shill reviews, and they've all cried. The only one that sort of hasn't cried yet was the Bill Bailey looking dude at the back there. And let's take a look at this one. Now, again, I hadn't watched any of these. I just saw them come up, and I'm like, maybe we should go through a couple of them. Why would you cry? I don't know. I don't think he was crying, though. He was sobbing. He wasn't crying. He was sobbing. It's the difference. All right, let's see. Let's see. What did it say? Okay, just watch Superman. Here we go. His initial thoughts. I don't know. This could be a normal, just based review. We could be just watching a normal based review. The sobbing might be worse. It is. It's way worse. Especially for a grown man.
I just saw Superman. Thanks to IMAX, I got an advanced screening and saw Superman. Let's give you my spoiler-free thoughts. Home run. James Gunn freaking nailed it. Oh my God, I'm so...
Even if it's a home run and it's a great movie, I don't know. Like, it's more the fact that I know that it's not a home run. Like, it could be a good movie, but I certainly don't think it's a home run. I think even the people that have said that they've liked it and said that it's good have said that, yeah, it's a good movie, but it's not, like, perfect by any stretch. It's... These do get hard to watch. I take my hat off to Grizzy for sure. The fact that he can go through videos and videos and videos of some of these shills and their reviews and stuff and then find clips to make videos out of, fuck, man. Credit to him. If you're not subscribed to Grizzy, you know where to go. Mr. Grizzy. Here we go.
So happy you guys don't understand. I wanted this movie to be good so freaking bad. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're not fucking wrong with the oh my God. I want to... Why are you changing...
Dude, like, he did it. He freaking did it. This is a solid start to the DCU.
Okay, now that you've just glazed this whole fucking thing for the first 20 seconds, can you give us any substance of why it's really good? Because one thing out of all of these reviews, now, yeah, they might be trying to avoid spoilers, but there's a way to give you something from a review without giving spoilers. Not just, oh my God, it was amazing, you need to go see it. You can still say that, but give me something else. No, they never name anything they didn't like, but they also never name anything they do like. They just glaze it. Let's see if this guy in this 2.5-minute review gives any specifics. And again, you can still give specifics without giving spoilers.
And just Superman, like, he captured that traditional comic book Superman that I wanted. I know everyone loves Cavill Superman. I'm a fan too, but like that was a different take, right? To me, that's almost like Elseworld Superman. That wasn't traditional Superman. This is, right? Like he's earnest. He's hopeful. He just wants to do good. He's a little goofy. He's a little corny, but that's Superman. That is Superman.
I don't know. I think Clark is the one that's the clumsy, corny one. I think Superman shouldn't never really be corny, shouldn't never really be too, like, Clark can be emotional, but I don't think Superman should be too over emotional. Like, okay, this guy's at least giving us a little bit to talk about, but I certainly think that there's a separation between Clark and Superman. The one problem that I find with a lot of these adaptations of these superhero characters in more recent times is that they are what they are all the time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Batman will be Batman when he's Bruce and be Bruce when he's Batman and vice versa. And Superman will be Superman when he's Clark and he'll be Clark when he's Superman. There's no separation. Everything is awesome.
He's a dude in red and blue with trunks on the outside of his pants and a yellow belt. Like, he is a little cheesy. He's a little corny. That is Superman. And it just works so well. It's funny when it needs to be funny. It's serious when it needs to be serious.
You can just say the pacing and tone were all over the place for every movie you want to give a negative review. That's true. That's true. Yeah, it was shit. It was just the pacing was off. Okay, what does that mean exactly? Yeah, the tone. Well, the tone wasn't right. What does that mean exactly?
There's a lot of great Superman moments in here, serious moments in here that really explain his character and him as, you know, a hero and just a person and a character. It's just, no spoilers, it's just so damn good. Lex is freaking awesome. Like, Nicholas Hoult did a great job. Obviously, like I just said, Corn Sweat did a fantastic job as the Man of Steel. He's a Superman 3 years in. Rachel Brosnahan as Lois, dude, everyone. Mr. Terrific, bro. Mr. Terrific is crazy. And Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern, I was on the fence with that one, but like, he was good. I was pleasantly surprised. Everyone was freaking awesome. I only have one complaint with the character, but I'm not going to say it. No spoilers. Only one little gripe there. But overall, we did it, guys. James Gunn.
We did it, guys. What did we do exactly? Out of all of the ones that we've watched, this one has been the best one. It's not great in regards to just a review. I will say at least he gave us a little bit of something. You know, he talked about like some of his favorite things without giving the spoilers away. They will win. Yeah, we won. We did it. We're back, baby. Yeah.
Did it, but like, you know what I mean? We did it. Like, we got it. We freaking got it. James Gunn, bro, thank you. Amazing start. I will be seeing this again this weekend for sure. I'm telling you guys, it's good. Obviously, there's going to be haters. There's always haters, but the majority of you I know are going to be like me and be like, hell freaking yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Like,
well, dude, I will say they hid Nathan Fillion in that Green Lantern, you know, makeup and costume really well, because I didn't know it was Nathan Fillion either. In that Guy Gardner, that's the character's name, right?
I'm just so happy. I'm like genuinely happy. Like, this is great. I wanted this movie to be good so bad, and it is. And yeah, I'm very excited. I'll be talking more about it as the week goes on, but that's my initial reaction. Freaking awesome. Go see it. Thank you, IMAX, for giving me an advanced screening, and I'm certainly going to have my butt in the theater again this weekend because I got to see this again on the big screen.
Now, look, he might be being completely genuine in the fact that, like, again, he seems like probably out of all three that we watched, he seems probably the most genuine. He seems the most fake, and these ones just lied.
I just saw Superman. Thanks.
But he's still glazing the shit out of it. And I just don't think, from what I've heard, I just don't think it's as much of a masterpiece as what you're fucking sort of saying that it is, or making it seem like it is. Anyway, that's basically Superman. So again, I'm hoping that I can get a free ticket. Harmy hearties. Yeah, get a free ticket and watch it. Like I said, if I was going to go to the theaters right now to watch anything, it would be Formula One, F1. I think Tom. So Tom's even gone a second time to see it. Yeah, he's gone from a 7.5 to an 8 after his second watching of it. There you go. So again, I think Flashcast is going to be interesting because there's going to be some people on that didn't really like it, and there's going to be, obviously, I know Flash and Tom both enjoyed it, so it's going to be interesting. That conversation is going to be interesting. As much as I kind of want to see it so that I can get involved in the conversation, I almost don't want to see it so I can just basically sit there and listen to both sides go at it. But I suppose I could still do that, listen to both sides go at it after seeing it. Do we all get championships rings now? Yeah, because we won. We won. That's right, Gary. That's right. They're fine, but nowhere near amazing. God, Blake. All right, that's basically, like I said, Superman done. We'll see what happens. It's gonna, like, monitoring or at least watching what happens with the sort of the box office on a couple of these things is going to be interesting to just track and watch. Need our bling, yeah. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. And then again, like with Fantastic Four coming up really soon. And I will say, like, even with Fantastic Four, they... Sorry, I'm just a little distracted. With Fantastic Four, they started promotional stuff on Fantastic Four way earlier than I think they should have. But also, too, they did it like they started before like Superman, and Superman was being released weeks beforehand. We've seen a lot of trailers. We've seen a lot of promotional material. We've seen a lot of the actors talking, a lot of the cast. It's so funny seeing the difference in sort of the way that, just in the way that the cast on the DC side talked about their movie as opposed to the Marvel side talking about their movie. So really interesting to see those two differences. But in the way and how much they're actually pushing and how much they're actually putting out there, I feel like it's basically the same. Haggy becomes a member. Thank you. Appreciate that. He becomes a Rhino Rebel. Welcome. Welcome to the Rhino Rebels. Thank you, dude. I appreciate the support. But yeah, like I said, I feel like a lot of the promotional stuff that they've been pushing out there has been basically the same. Is it Raging Rebels? No, it's Rhino's Rebels. Because Rhino, I'm Rhino. Raging is just a play on words. Raging Rebels. It probably sounds better though, doesn't it? We'll see. I'm saying quality-wise, not money-wise. Yeah, okay. So, Fantastic Four. Doing a lot of promotional stuff. And here we go. Another example of them just dropping fucking clips. Not trailers, full-on scenes for your entertainment.
What are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing?
I mean, you're gonna ruin your appetite.
I'm hungry.
We're never late for Sunday dinner. Should we wait?
I guess. You're late.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? You're late for dinner.
Oh, yes, we are. We're late
By
for
a
dinner.
single minute.
Yes, we were just.
I had to put some...
Am I missing a major news story? What's happened? It's wild to see how many people... Oh. Is that the news? Dude, they dropped trailers for that like weeks ago. Is that how much you haven't been paying attention? We saw. I still don't understand what the purpose of releasing this clip is.
Some aloe iodine
Just
on
had
my
to-
shoulder. And,
I do his shoulder. And
why is that breakfast cereal on the dinner table? Why are you being weird?
we're not being weird.
Well, I'm doing that weird thing with your face.
Oh, we don't know what you're talking about.
Are you pregnant?
Yeah, we're pregnant.
Yes.
How do you know that?
I'm so not looking forward to this movie. God, fuck off, Pedro.
Have you looked into your husband's face?
I know, he just cannot keep a secret.
What? Really?
Yeah.
What? You are gonna be the best mom. Oh my God. You are gonna be the best dad. Just kidding. You are out of your depth. But we're gonna be the best uncles ever. Okay, we should eat.
Cool. Did that get you hyped, guys? Did seeing that 1.5 minute clip from Fantastic Four get you hyped for Fantastic Four? Again, I don't understand why they're doing this. Why they're releasing... Why do we see, what, a third of the movie before the movie even releases now? That was shit. Yeah, it was. Not queer enough. Oh, man. It's so disappointing, though. It's so disappointing. After what, like, we saw what it could be. What you know, these superhero movies could be. We've seen it. Saw it with those first few phases of the MCU, what they were able to build. You know, we've seen it with earlier stuff. Your earlier Spider-Man stuff, your earlier Superman stuff, some of your earlier Batman stuff. Why is it so... It's kind of like, it brings me back to Blade. Why can we get such awesome Blade movies? Well, not, I think, third one I don't really like. Is that the one with Ryan Reynolds? That one, second one's okay, but first one's the best one. But still, it's such a simple formula for that, and they couldn't even put together a new thing with that guy. Well, I can't even remember his name, the actor's name. But you know what I'm talking about. They can't even do that right, you know. Jace for his 15-month member chat. Thank you. Puts the Raging Rhino logos, the badges in the chat. Thank you. Become a member, guys. Not that you really get much. You get access to emojis and we have fun. And the support is, helpful, and I thank you. Yeah. Yeah. All right. And so there was that. But there's more to go with that too. And this is where I will say Disney, Marvel, the Marvel side of things, the Marvel Disney actors, they're allowed to basically just freely be activists and promote and do however, say whatever it is that they want, unless it's the wrong thing, in which case then you do get fired and completely cancelled and dismissed. Like your Gina Carano, Pedro Pascal situation. Speaking of that, let's just take a listen to something Pedro Pascal had to say. Just because we like, Pedro so much. Man, you just need to come out of the closet. We're in 2025. No one's going to give a fuck. Just come out of the closet already. Anyway, Steph here says, using the Fantastic Four red carpet premiere might not be the best place to promote your beliefs on trans rights. Oh my God. Okay, here we go.
It's important to, protect people and human beings, especially those that are simply asking for the right to exist in.
We're asking you for the right to exist. You know what makes, the countries and stuff that we live in and that you live in, free countries, is the fact that you don't need to ask people for permission to exist. You just exist in your own fucking world. No one gives a fuck. You mind your own business. They mind their own business. They don't give a fuck. Soon as you start fucking infiltrating their kids and start infiltrating the fucking world and start infiltrating people's language and fucking all this other bullshit, that's when fuck off. And I'm not saying fuck off as in don't exist. I'm saying fuck off as in get the fuck away from me and don't talk to me with your fucking mind meld fucking cult fucking bullshit.
In the bodies that belong to them and in the world that they never asked to be brought into, and it's a very
good
small,
thing to do. Promote your movie.
Vulnerable, inspiring, courageous, and brave community that fills me with a lot of
calm
inspiration, and so therefore
the community fills Pedro with a lot of calm.
It's very important to protect that in humanity. They would do that for us.
So, dude, what did any of what you just said there, being that you're on a red carpet premiere for Fantastic Four, what does anything you just said there have to do with anything to do with the movie? Now, I don't know what prompted this response. Did the interviewer ask you something to do with, I don't know, fucking Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling, and that triggered this response out of you? Are you going to be in that as well, Pedro? Wouldn't fucking surprise me if he was. I will say, this is the one thing that we didn't really get anything out of from Superman in their cast and their promotion. What we've gotten from the Fantastic Four cast so far is that Johnny Storm isn't going to be a man. He isn't going to be like a little bit sleazy maybe, or a little bit, of a Casanova. No, we can't have that. Sue's going to be the leader because obviously Reed is such a I'm surprised that they're actually pregnant. I'm surprised that you were able to actually impregnate a woman. Wouldn't surprise me if you fucking snuck into Ben's room every now and then because he can't feel it because he's just rock. I don't know. It's fucking weird, man. And And then you get shit like this at the red carpet. So what we've heard about Fantastic Four is that the Fantastic Four people in the Fantastic Four aren't going to be the characters that they ever were. And you just think that that you can use this movie as another platform for what? Promoting trans rights in their community and their right to exist? Fucking shut the fuck up.
They came bounding over.
Fuck off! Disney! You fucking cunt!
I think that says it all. So, with the lead up, hang on, when July 25th is when Fantastic Four comes out. So it's literally 2 weeks from today. Literally 2 weeks from today. How much more do you reckon is going to get pumped out there? How many clips do you reckon we're going to see? Let's fucking put a number on it. Like, how many at least 1 minute clips of this movie will we see before we see the movie? Before the movie actually comes out? Including the one that we just watched. 20? I think that's too many. There'll be 20 total videos of the cast talking about it. I don't know if they're going to do any of the promotional things like what Superman did with like a fucking Happy Days opening or whatever, you know, that kind of promotion. Like 4 more. That's what I was sort of thinking too. I reckon around 5. Yep. At least another 5. Okay, so you're thinking like around the 6 mark. I think at least 4 more. So total of 5. It's going to be interesting. We'll count them as we fucking see them. And once again, you'll fucking just see half the movie, the beginning half of the movie, all through clips and trailers. And, the trailers I don't mind so much because that's a trailer. It's designed to do that. And you're not seeing, like, whole scenes. They might even overlap dialogue with a scene that aren't even together. Like, that's a trailer. That's fine. It's these clips that I have a real issue with. And, of course, your fucking retarded cast saying absolute retarded shit. So that's Fantastic Four. That's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next 2 weeks. It's also going to be interesting to see what happens over the next 2 weeks in regards to Superman's box office and Jurassic World's box office right now running parallel side by side with each other. And then when Fantastic Four comes in, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the total of all of those things. But you know what hasn't been really interesting to see and nobody has given a fuck about is Ironheart. It came and went. I didn't watch the last couple of episodes. I watched the first, 3 that came out, and I think it was on Flashcast, I mentioned it. I sat down, I actually had it on the TV. I was ready to push play, and I'm like, I just don't care. I just don't want to do this. So I didn't do it. But of course, this is them trying to push Ironheart as much as possible using Robert Downey Jr. as much as possible. They're definitely getting their $100 million out of him. You know, I don't think the $100 million was just for the 2 movies. Wouldn't it be funny, though, if it was just $100 million for the 2 movies and he negotiated for an extra $20 million or something? You want me to call up and you want me to say these things and you want me to do this? No extra $20 million. Hey, that's what I'd do. Oh, man. I've been wondering what Disney's going to do after like multiple failures. We've been wondering what Disney's going to do with Star Wars after the failure of Obi-Wan Kenobi, after the failure of Boba Fett. Nothing. You know what the answer to that is? Nothing will change. They will not make another shit movie, right? Another gender swap movie, another this, another that. All of the problems that we have with what we've been seeing with Fantastic Four, they'll do it all over again and destroy another IP, another franchise, another character, another whatever, on the altar of not making entertainment, identity politics, and all the other bullshit. I haven't watched this, so let's see.
Dominic Thorne, I have seen all of the first 3 episodes of Ironheart. I love
That's all he watched. He didn't watch the other 3.
it. We have so much to discuss. I think this may be the premier character in the MCU that's from Chicago. And I go, oh my God, how is it taking this long?
There's a nucleus there for her. It's her community, her home. It's Chicago.
In episode 2, I call it the Shaka Khan tunnel heist freehand sequence.
So he's obviously reading notes now. Now, yes, he could have written down his own notes. Do you think he did, though? Do you think he did, though? Or do you think he was given something? Like, he's clearly reading there. And that's, like, I don't think he's trying to hide it.
Community, her home, it's Chicago.
In episode 2, I call it the Shaka Khan tunnel heist freehand sequence, which is just great. By the way, the soundtrack and the music.
Chicago, come alive.
It's Chicago, but I also feel Nate Moore. I also feel Ryan. I feel the Black Panther energy in it.
Why? Because they're all black? Because that's a pretty sort of, I'm sorry, Robert, but that's a pretty sort of racist thing. Because, like, you know, the way that the black characters talk in this show, as opposed to the way the black characters talk and act in, Wakanda, very different, man.
That was probably also one of the most fun scenes to shoot for the top half because it is so high intensity.
Oh, I see a few newcomers coming in. We got Scran, we got Arctic Warriors. Good to see.
Quick and fast. This is like the first time Riri gets to just like flex what she's good at.
I couldn't
stealing.
Believe that after episode 2, that episode 3 actually gets more jazzy and out of control and hectic. And really, you're doing kind of almost a little bit of like cat burglar spy work. Were you claustrophobic in that shaft that you were in when everything starts closing?
Oh my God, that was insane.
You're underwater, you're in tunnels, you're hiding, you're sneaking, you're trying to get information.
I think episode 3 might be my favorite episode.
Wow. Well, that was so underwhelming. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Greg. So that's Ironheart, and Ironheart is done. I don't think we'll ever talk about Ironheart ever again. Ever again. Well, you never know. We might end up talking about Ironheart because she probably will be in Doomsday. Or do we already know that she is? Was her name on one of the chairs? In Greg We Trust. He also said, you people. You fucking people. All right. That's pretty much sort of the Marvel stuff done. Let's talk we'll just touch on a couple of the Star Wars things that sort of came up this week. This is kind of funny to me. Rogue One director Gareth Edwards reveals he was inspired by Star Wars in creating the D-Rex in Jurassic World Dominion Rebirth. So they made a Rancor dinosaur. They made a Rancor dinosaur. Well done. We put a little bit of the Rancor from Star Wars Don't Tell People who works on Star Wars, who work on Star Wars. Yeah, okay. Star Wars ends up suing. Wait, who owns Jurassic World? Is that Paramount? Yeah. So there you go. You get a Rancor in that. I just thought it was fucking hilarious. Next thing was just obviously they dropped a Wicket Lego set. This is kind of disappointing to me. I haven't bought any Star Wars Lego in a while. Actually, the last time I did was obviously in October when I was at in America. I went to the Lego store and it was a massive store, and I bought something. I think it was a Tatooine, was it? I think it was the Sarlacc pit. It was just something cheap and something from the originals. So yeah, but it's disappointing. Like I had Yoda, obviously Charles destroyed Yoda. I got to rebuild it. And something like this, I'd probably get. Like I actually kind of would more right now want Vader's castle on Mustafar, or even the Ewok village. The Ewok village is kind of cool. How many pieces did that say it was? 1,010. It'd still take a while. The outside looks so simple, but it's all the components on the inside. And then I'm sure something moves. His mouth moves, the head moves, the arms move, something like that. Is it in different poses? It's sort of the same pose there. But yeah, would be cool. But yeah, I haven't bought anything Lego in a while. A little disappointing. But they released that. And what else have we got here? Bryce Dallas Howard will direct at least one episode of Ahsoka Season 2. I don't think... is anybody really, caring? Does anybody really care leading up to... I don't even know when Ahsoka Season 2 is coming out. It's next year. This means Howard is the only director to have directed episodes of The Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, Skeleton Crew, and Ahsoka. Hey. Fucking... Don't talk to me about women not getting fucking opportunities in the industry. I can't even remember the episodes that she directed for The Mandalorian or The Book of Boba Fett or Skeleton Crew for that matter or Ahsoka for that matter. It was all shit, so it doesn't really matter which ones she did and which ones she didn't do. That's all the Star Wars news I have. Unless you guys have got... again, like I said, this last part of the year, Star Wars, they got to find stuff to keep Star Wars relevant. I don't even care anymore. And one of the true George Lucas 2008 TCW fans. I used to like the Clone Wars. Now not so much. Yeah, I know he wants to be in Star Wars. Corn Sweat. Well, it's hard to say. There was, you always hear these actors, oh, I'm a massive fan of this. I'm a massive fan of this. I've always been a massive fan of this. But the one thing that you could say about Corn Sweat is, even just that clip of him in the car, just with the soundtrack going and him talking over the top, saying the lines from the movie, it's a good sign for at least him knowing Star Wars to some extent. You know, but the disappointing thing is like it's the same thing with Henry Cavill. The problem is you get these actors in that are actual fans of the IP, like true fans of the IP, and they actually get in the way more than being an assistant to the project. Because when they do want to change something, the person says, "Oh, we probably shouldn't do that," and then it's, I don't fucking care what you say. Anna's doing another one. Is she live right now? I haven't spoken to Anna in a while. No, the Jack Show's live. So there is a Jack Show. And Anna's not on there. But if she was streaming, I would assume that she would be on the Jack Show. I saw that she did a live stream. But yeah. All right, we need to watch this Star Wars Theory video. So I'm going to take a quick pause in here. I'm going to run to the bathroom. We're going to do Seal of the Week, and then obviously Theory's got to become. So I'm going to work out who I'm going to actually eliminate. Let me go to the bathroom first, and we'll come back. Don't go anywhere, guys. We've got 35 people watching. See if I can get you guys a little clip in here. Let's see. I always say this. I got to get some new clips, but that's old school from Cowman days.
Rob's already left. He's like, fuck this.
Get to the wall.
It's so stupid. We were pretending to be Arnie. Anyway, let me play this because it's 2 minutes long. It's an old clip from a long time ago.
I'll fix it. A little bit more. Turn a little bit more to the.
That better?
There it is.
I gotta see what I look like on the playback.
You're fine. It's good. You want to sit in your bed?
I'm missing my bottom teeth, and I've got a triple chin.
Derp. Derp.
I make Star Wars.
He looks like Kramer addressing Newman.
He does. He looks like he's like,
Tim, what the fuck?
oh my god. That's great though, Tim. That's great, man.
Yeah, I'll fix yours right.
Birds of Prey is going to deal with the misogynistic crowd that you guys have to deal with on a daily basis. I'm missing my bottom teeth.
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
I know. Oh my god, dude. Rhino looks like he's gonna take a bite out of Tim's head. Nom 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 nom. Yeah.
Hey Tim, that ale looks quite delicious.
Oh boy.
Hey, I like the way you style your hair. It's kind of cool.
Man.
Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. Wow. Oh, that's
Are you
fantastic.
semi-bisexual like me?
Mike
You can be a
Tyson right
part
now.
of our alphabet squadrons. Yes, the alphabet squadron.
Old school. All right. Let's see who we're going to eliminate out of... Maybe I'll give you guys the choice. So, Let me see. We're gonna keep that one in there. Oh, we might get rid of that one. All right. So this one we were going to probably watch this, but instead we're going to watch Theory. So we're going to eliminate this one for today. We might bring this one back next week. So I had Dan up here. I didn't realize he had pronouns in his bio, but he does. But there was this video that he's pinned. I didn't even realize he had a fucking YouTube channel. So we're going to watch this video, but we're not going to watch it today. We'll watch it next week. Did the Jedi Order really steal children? So we're going to watch that next week. So we're going to get rid of that one so that we can watch Theory and John Boyega. But before we do, I'm going to... Hang on. Fuck, I hate you, StreamYard, doing that. Here we go.
I'm all the Jedi.
Have you got that clip script? DM it to me. DM it to me because I'd like a refresher on that. I do remember that, but I would definitely like a refresher on it. If you've got it. Purist has it. Purist made the video. Oh, man. What do you click? It's Control F, is it? What is it? Control something when you want to search. Oh, fuck my fucking... Never mind. All right. We got to do Seal of the Week. We played the intro, didn't we? We did. The first nominee this week is actually Sawyer. If you support us, you literally can't see Superman. I know it's not Star Wars related, but I saw it. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. So that's nominee number one. Nominee number two is M. She's had a couple of nominees in the past. So the post is from Star Wars Holocron. It says, I should have blow this up because you guys, it gets too small. Endor creator Tony Gilroy says that James Mangold's Dawn of the Jedi movie is interesting because it's free. What? Oh, what? Interesting because it's free. To explore, given how far back in the timeline it's set. And just there's the statement there, but it's just, I'm wet already. I'm sure you are. And then we go to Jacob, nominee number 3. This post was from a couple of days ago, the 6th of July. So it's pretty fresh. I'd like to put this up against some previous times that he may have done ratings for these. Seeing everyone else do this, so here goes nothing. A New Hope, 10 out of 10. Empire Strikes Back, 10 out of 10. Return of the Jedi, 8 out of 10. Phantom Menace, 8 out of 10. Attack of the Clones, 7 out of 10. Revenge of the Sith gets a 9. Force Awakens gets a 9.5. I can't believe that all of those are above Revenge of the Sith. Last Jedi gets 10, and Rise of Palpatine gets 9.5. Rogue One gets 7, and Solo gets a 9. Genuinely love every single one of these films, though. And remember, your least favorite thing about this saga is somebody else's favorite. Okay, whatever. You're a fucking idiot. So there's that. And then we've got Star Wars Theory video to watch. Hold on a second. Oh, script comes through. Fuck yeah. Oh, it's the whole video, though. Let's watch a little bit of this first, then. Oh, this is your video. Have you got a timestamp for where, like, it's specifically?
John Boyega came up to the booth yesterday. I'm going to talk about it for a few minutes, and then I got to go.
Yeah, okay, so that's... Is there... here we go, in here.
In all the videos I've made about him, I was always very, like, positive, and, you know, he seemed like he was really fighting against...
You guys do have audio, right?
The machine, and speaking his mind, which was great, and then he literally backtracked and started calling fans racist, and, like, what the hell, dude? It's just wild to see, because from what I've seen over the years is that every fan has been, like, super for him and positive and wishing him success and wishing him the best and saying that he got robbed by Disney and clickbaited to be a Jedi, and it would have been so much more interesting to have him to be the main character.
Just throwing it out there, in my sequels reimagined on my channel, he is eventually a Jedi. There's a whole storyline behind that. And he's not the main character, but he's one of the main characters, like in the original trilogy where you had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Sorry, Script, not that I don't want to hear what you have to say. It's just the main video is this one, obviously, but I just want to recap on what he said prior.
Even notifying the toxic fans, which there are, and not acknowledging in the same sentence that there are so many supportive fans that he's had over the years, like myself, like you guys, like everyone else who has made fan art or videos which have gotten hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views, and fan fictions about Finn being a better character than what he was sidelined to. The fact that he didn't even acknowledge them is just, to me, he's just doing the same old victim card, the race card that everybody does now in Hollywood if you didn't like something. Which to him, for his case, is so weird because it's like we all wanted him to be better. We all like were rooting for him for his career, and he just like shits on people that are literally paying his. Dude, you're such a fake. It's insane.
Okay, so this is not but blaming fans and suspects that it's because they're going to give him a
back. I'm not going to work with them, and then now he's like, oh, they've given me the opportunity to be transparent and have a word with them. It's like, dude, you're such a fake. It's insane.
Okay, so this is
wow. Okay, so there's a little bit of context of what he said.
This is not like I'm a little bit.
Guys, if you're not subscribed to Script Trooper, go and give him a sub.
Bit mad. He's ticked right off. Like he's very upset about this. The language is not giving off vibes of yeah, whatever. It kind of sucks, but when
it's funny that they reach out only after he goes public with stuff. And then they probably gave him some...
Okay, so basically the whole thing, I do remember, and then it's obviously him talking about like his experience with now John Boyega. So, all right, so we're going to watch this.
John Boyega came up to the booth yesterday. I'm going to talk about it for a few minutes, and then I got to go and meet you guys because I have a meetup at 1:30, and it's like 1:14 right now, so that's cutting it close. And for those of you who are waiting for the vlog, it'll come out soon. So I'm at Denver Fan Expo right now, Denver, Colorado. It's been an unreal, beautiful experience meeting you guys, as always. Absolutely slammed the whole weekend. And thank you so much for that at the Theory Savers booth. First of all, the first day, Thursday, this is a 4-day convention, 120,000 people. Thursday, Jackson Rathbone and his beautiful family came up to us to grab some sabers for his kids. And if you don't know who that is, that's Jasper from Twilight. I also got to meet Marty Cove, Sensei Kreese, No Mercy, Omid, who is Dr. Pershing in The Mandalorian. He was great. Very nice guy. And also Iranian, which is funny. And then yesterday, I'm sitting at the booth. This was like near pretty much the end of the day, maybe an hour or so left. And I was just having some water. And I remember this guy comes up with this hat and this mask. And my boys are helping him out. They're helping out all the other people that are there. And I go up to also help see, what he's looking for and talk to him and sell some sabers. And there's this moment where he's looking at them. He's got this great energy. He's talking to everybody. He's lively. He's observing different things, different sabers, grabbing different sabers. There's this moment where we look at each other, and I'm looking at him because he's got this different aura about him. And through the hat and through the mask, this little sliver of his eyes, he looks at me, he just pauses, and he just gives me a little wink. And I'm like, is that John Boyega? And he keeps talking and stuff. I'm like, this is John Boyega. Okay. All right. Because I knew he was there for signing photos and stuff, but of all the other saber booths, he came up to mine. I don't know if he knows the channel. I have no idea. Maybe not. But anyways, he grabs the saber he wants. It was the Moondust Silver, which was sick. It's a good choice. And Cody brings me the box. My boy brings me the box. I go up to John and quietly, because there's people around, but people shopping. There's for sabers. There's people behind them. It's the convention. There's a lot of people here. It's a Saturday, busy. I quietly tell him, like, listen, I know who you are. Take this. It's on the house. It's the least I could do. I've made like how many videos on John?
Yeah,
so
on him too.
Right away, instead of being like, oh, thank you. Bro lights up, takes off his mask, comes behind the booth. He's like, I gotta take photos with all you guys. Takes a photo with me, my entire team. Everyone's happy. They're excited. And to me, that was some real shit, man. That was like, you don't get Hollywood people, actors like dude like this. Like I always knew he was down to earth. I would love to chop it up with him, to talk with him on or off camera, whatever. There was a different energy at that moment. It was really cool to come up to my business, to my booth and to our booth and talk with us and then take photos. You didn't have to do that. And then of course there were people going crazy. They're like, oh my gosh, it's John Boyega. So that was a really cool experience for me. And I have to say this whole weekend, you guys will see it in the video, in the vlog. So stay tuned.
I wonder, see, like, if let's say I was at something and John Boyega, I was to notice John Boyega and was able to get a photo opportunity with him or whatever, you'd probably take the photo opportunity in I would never pay to go and stand next to John Boyega and take a photo or anything. But I don't know, maybe it's just me. And I think if you guys know me enough now, especially what I did at the last convention that I went to, I would straight out ask him, dude, what the fuck are you talking about when it comes to the race stuff in Star Wars and Star Wars 5th? I would ask him that question. Oh shit. If you don't know, if you are new here and you don't know, at LA Comic-Con in October last year, I was there with Anna, with Flash, with Verbal Riot, Chris Gore, a few others, Alan, and we bumped into Sawyerism. Well, we saw her, and I literally walked over to her and I just said, Sawyer. And she turned around excited that somebody sort of recognized her. And I'm like, good job trying to cancel YouTubers. And she oh, thanks. And because she said that, as I turned to walk away, I'm like, loser? That. That was the extent of it. Apparently I yelled in her face. Yeah, I wish somebody fucking recorded it. It's so funny. I just said to Anna just before I went over, I'm like, I'm going to fucking just say something. And it just went in here. She didn't want to be involved in that. She doesn't want to get involved in any drama that's created from that. Although she did defend me, saying like he didn't yell in her face. It was not how she described it, but you know. So yeah, that was my last experience at a convention. But honestly, if John Boyega was to come up to me, I could not hold my tongue. I don't even know if I'd actually get the photo. Because I don't think I'd hold my tongue long enough to take the photo and then ask him any questions about it. I'd be straight out. As soon as I saw him, I'm like, dude, you're a fucking idiot. Like, and he'd have security around. They'd be trying to shut me up. They'd probably get me kicked out. I wouldn't care. It'd be worth it. And even if I didn't get that on camera, it'd just be worth it. Wouldn't it be funny if fucking that happened and like I didn't record it and then he comes out with a video saying, oh, there was this guy, blah, blah, blah. And then I like jump in there. Yeah, that was me. And fucking then just start defending myself. Like I didn't have to do that even with Sawyer. When the fucking thing happened with Sawyer and she comes out and she's like, oh, con etiquette and like all of this fucking bullshit, ruined my time, blah, 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 blah. Yelled in my face, all the crap that she came up with. She posted that and like nobody knew who it was. Nobody knew what really happened because it was only her side of the story. And I could have just left it because she didn't know it was me. But like, if I felt like I'd done something wrong, then maybe I might have kept quiet. But like, I was like, okay, it was me and that's not how it happened. That brought the mob after me. So maybe it was a bad idea to reveal it, but I don't fucking care. I don't care. Come up to me, John Boyega, so I can ask you how racist you are.
Tuned for that, of course.
Because this pussy is just a fucking pussy and will fucking just go the way the tide goes, go the way the wind blows when it comes to Star Wars. No integrity when it comes to consistency. None whatsoever.
But this whole weekend, it's...
If it benefits him, it's funny that when he goes on with people that he thinks are his detractors or that don't like him, he talks so much about clicks and so much about subs and so much about this and how much they care about that. No, like... I care that you've got 3 million subs and you're telling that these 3 million people or the potential of 3 million people that this Star Wars thing is a good thing or that Dave Filoni is the best thing that we could possibly have. That's what I've got a problem with when it comes to the numbers. Do you think I care that all I've got is, just under 7,000 subscribers? Been doing this for 5 years? You started your channel and it blew up and took off. You were actually kind of lucky that you got into that Star Wars thing before Disney sort of took it over. Or maybe it was around that time. But you started making good lore videos and stuff. Thought they were good lore videos. Turns out you were just reading from Wikipedia. You just put it in a video format that was enjoyable to watch. Rhino Sabers, get yours today. I don't have, I wouldn't have right now any ambitions to sort of do anything like that. Like comic book wise or, saber wise or any sort of thing like that. If it became like a full-time job or something, you'd always try and find a way to do some merch or do some marketing, for something. But it's certainly no ambition of mine to do anything like that. It's really disappointing too because my Star Wars purchasing has sort of ended. I think some of the last things that I did buy was the Revan Saber. I think the Y-Wing was sort of a bit more recent. The Yoda that's been destroyed was a bit more recent. then I went and got Ghostbusters. So I sort of just changed it up a little bit. Not to say that all the Lego stuff that I've ever bought is all just Star Wars, but majority, 90% of it is. But yeah, to me, this is like, okay, maybe it's a good thing that John Boyega doesn't know your channel. Maybe he just knows of you. Because if he watched any of your criticism of him, especially during that time that he was calling out the racist fans, maybe he wouldn't have been so friendly.
2 weeks from now, it'll be the 9-year anniversary of the channel, and I have to say...
But you're a pussy. Pussy. I don't know how many people, he is a Hollywood guy, he probably did have some security around him. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he was just there, trying to blend in, and that's why he had the mask on and stuff like that. But, dude. God, I wish, oh man. You know what would have made this interaction this better? If I was actually there when those two did this, when this happened. I'd walk up and I go, dude, didn't you literally fucking call him out and call him a fucking dickhead or something on a video or a stream or something along those lines for when he was talking about how all the racist fans, we got Lando and we got Mace Windu. You didn't even call him Mace Windu. You said Samuel L. Jackson. I'd say something like that, almost exactly like that. And just make it an awkward moment for both of those two and just walk away. Wouldn't even wait for a response. I'd just put those two in a very awkward position, a very awkward situation, and just walk.
I feel unbelievably loved, fulfilled, and it's just so nice to meet so many of you before I get emotional again and hear every single person's stories. We're standing there and the line is, hours long. And just to get to meet all of you, to hear your stories, how I impacted you, your kids, FaceTiming people that wanted to meet me that weren't there. And it's just, man, I feel really fulfilled. I feel really loved. I feel really seen. And finally, after so many years, it's a nice feeling, I have to say. So this is really just the beginning of what I want to offer. When it comes to Star Wars, talking about Star Wars and engaging with the community and showing up and meeting you guys, shaking hands, taking photos, talking with you. I can't wait for the fan film. It's almost done, and it's beyond my wildest dreams. It's phenomenal. I think it'll really make a lot of people really happy.
All right, thanks. I've heard enough. So he gets the 4th nominee of Seal of the Week. Is there not even a photo on his Twitter? Interesting.
Seen Mace Windu? Has he never?
This is actually kind of funny because this is actually from I've just scrolled through his Twitter looking for that picture, and let's just listen to this video really quickly.
Let me tell you, Star Wars always had the vibe of being in the most whitest elite space. Has this man never seen Mace Windu? Has he never seen the theories that maybe Finn was Mace Windu's son? There were aliens, Aegon Kolar, Kit Fisto, Plo Koon. I mean, we had a freaking dinosaur, Coleman Trevor, for God's sakes. It's a franchise that's so white that a black person existing in it was something. Why does he say that? And it is one.
I just want to remind everybody that this was posted by Theory on April the 4th.
100% a minority that there are a few racist people out there. That doesn't mean it's every single Star Wars fan. Doesn't mean it's...
Now, maybe, just maybe, in a setting of a convention, it's like confronting him on that. I don't know. Like, for me, I don't give a fuck. To me, it's a conversation between two adult human beings. If we can't have the conversation, then there's something wrong, right? I don't care what setting it's in. If you got to hide behind fucking, nobody else hearing the conversation, then there's something wrong, right? So, I wouldn't care about confronting him in a convention setting. Theory, I mean, you shouldn't. Every time I say theory,
Okay.
that happens. Hey Siri, what did you just agree to?
I didn't get that.
Uh,
Could you try again?
It's not going to work because, anyway.
It's all of his fans doesn't mean it's people who just didn't like the film because it was a shitty film. In fact, there are more people that have been supportive of John Boyega's character and the potential that he could have had in Star Wars versus white Daisy Ridley. So people are shitty. That's life. If he really wants to voice his opinions at anybody, it should be right at the people who are paying his pockets by writing him as a shitty character.
Which he originally did, mind you.
In Star Wars, and then shrinking him down to appease China. Why don't you ask why they reduced you to a literal nothing in the shitty sequels? What about the people who have been supporting you? What about the people like me who have been making theory videos about you for years that you could have had so much potential, arguably, making a better script in a freaking video than a multi-billion-dollar corporation did for Star Wars? Who are we to blame here? The fans who are watching it, or the writers? One was made by George Lucas, the other was made by J.J. Abrams and Disney.
So this man just got a photo op with this guy and did nothing about it. There's Tales of the Underworld, John Boyega. That's a stream. So there's the stream link for that.
The show is focusing.
No, we don't fucking care. Shut up, Josh. Like I said, I was actually going here looking for the photo with John Boyega, but there's no picture on his feed here. We're nearly back to today. Anyone? I don't think I care. Oh yeah, obviously yeah. And that's it.
Very good to see you back in Denver. Nice to see you too. Last time you were here with the Rippaverse Comics booth.
No, I don't care. But yeah, no, I don't know what happened to the picture. But anyway, they're your nominees for Seal of the Week. I know that took a little bit longer than usual. So number one is, let me put the poll in the chat first. One, two, three, four. So Sawyer's number one, gets nominee number one. Nominee number two is M. Nominee number three is Jacob. And nominee number four is Star Wars Theory. I think I know who I would pick. And I think I know who majority of the chat's going to pick. To me, I actually can't believe that it was only, 2 months ago? No, 3 months ago, roughly, that he was basically shitting all over John Boyega for his bad take when it comes to the Star Wars fans. And gets his photo up, oh, dude. Dude. Shit. We probably should have just put the poll in there, but I wanted to see what sort of happened with Theory there, because I didn't really know. Yeah, I picked 4. I think most people are. Hey, Quinton. Let's see. How's it going? Whoa. Wow. Well, I think it's definitely a landslide. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Sawyer, number 1. M, number 2. J.I. Acob, number 3. And Theory, number 4. Theory rides the fence. He does do that, but there's more. There's more to it than just that. It's more to it. I support ICE, and I'm going to use the money I could have spent on Superman ticket to donate to ICE. It's funny, Gabriel. That's funny. Fence rides Theory. Rides the pole more accurate. That's funny. Formax? Dude, I've been sitting here like, I'm retarded, by the way. When it comes to reading, I'm dyslexic as fuck. And it's embarrassing as shit. I hope I got your name right. For $10, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I believe that Theory is actually working for Disney with the Sabres. Oh, man. That's deep. And involving Disney with most of his content. I don't know. Yes, he's very critical, but acting like a fangirl and fake reacts. Fake reacts says different, in my opinion. Sorry, dude, but yes, I agree with you in regards to the fake reactions and the fangirl stuff. 100%. He has been critical, but the problem is that then once he's critical of he's been critical of a lot of Dave Filoni stuff, but then comes out and then says that Dave Filoni's still the right guy. Comes out and basically criticizes Dave Filoni for some of the things that he's done to destroy George Lucas's Star Wars, but then also in the same sentence comes out and says that he is the right person and is being the most loyal to George Lucas. I don't know about the actually working for Disney. There's been the Pablo Hidalgo thing that happened, right? Don't share your feelings after the Luke Skywalker moment. Wouldn't you think, now think about this for a second, during the Acolyte, when all the shills got an invite and they got that photo up with Dave Filoni and Leslie Headland and everything, if he was in bed with Star Wars in that, in that way, he probably would have been there. Wouldn't you think? Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. I really appreciate the support. Yeah. I don't know. He's definitely I don't know. I even believed at one point that this man knew more about Star Wars than I do. Now, that may have been true before I truly broke into the EU. As much as I knew a lot of stories, I even knew about the Chewbacca's fate before even reading a EU book. So I knew a lot of the stories and stuff like that. I didn't necessarily know massive amounts of the lore of those stories or the canon within those stories, but I definitely knew Star Wars lore and I knew Star Wars canon. But the crazy thing for me right now is that in hindsight, me thinking about that now, I think that even before I read one EU book, I knew more Star Wars than Star Wars Theory. And I am definitely not saying, that I know everything or I know, like, I'm the most knowledgeable or anything like that. Certainly not. Fucking Star Wars Marvel purist, I reckon, is more knowledgeable than I am. Fucking Ryan Kennel is way more knowledgeable. Probably Ryan is the one that knows the most in my eyes. Like, has just this wealth and almost like a filing system in his brain on how he can just grab something and use it more often than not. But yeah. And the more, like, especially more recent times when I've seen him, have his discussion with Justin, when I've seen him do some of this shows or get clips or whatever, the more I realize, like, dude, you might love the franchise, you might love things about it, but dude, so much you don't know. Oh, yeah, Matt Wilkins, definitely right up there. Probably right up there. Oh, does he pass Ryan? They'd be on par at least with each other. Definitely. How's the poll going? Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, well, I can actually bring that up, but that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, we got 25 votes, and it's a landslide, so we'll just fucking end it. I don't see why we should, even if, like, we got 5 more, we got to the 30 mark, and not one of them voted on number 4, wouldn't make a difference. So we're going to end the poll right there. Wow. In last place, though, with 3% of the vote was J.I. Acob. Your rating wasn't even good enough to fucking get, like, second. In Jewel, second place, third place, whatever you want to call it, is M and Sawyer. And the winner of this week's Seal of the Week with, what was it? 72% of the vote was Star Wars Theory. Congratulations, Theory. You win this week's Seal of the Week.
I'm all the Jedi.
Yeah, that's probably about right. OG Star Wars is definitely another one. OG Purist, Ryan, Tim definitely, yes, as well, and Matt Wilkins. There's your top 5. Agreed. And then we have RIP Star Wars for $5. Says, as I saw more videos exposing Theory, I started to gradually dislike him. I used to be a fan, and now I'm like, this guy's a fraud. I was pretty much the same. It's funny that you say that. I was a sub. I watched a lot of lore videos. I watched a lot of videos of his. I don't think he was really live streaming a lot back when I was sort of sub to his channel and everything. But it was after The Rise of Skywalker, The Rise of Palpatine, that I was like, nope, sorry, buddy, you're done. I unsubscribed, not that it makes any difference, still got over 3 million subscribers, but I did unsubscribe and sort of stopped paying as much attention. I still obviously did pay a bit of attention to him and what he would say, but yeah, that was the turning point for me. The lead up to Rise of Skywalker and him saying, "Oh man, if Anakin's still not the one, if he didn't fucking bring balance back to the Force, blah 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 blah, if he's not a massive part of this movie, he wasn't a part of it at all." And then he comes out and says it was fantastic. Now, I think he's changed his mind on all of that since then, but it was definitely a very much shill reaction. Couldn't fucking think in the moment, think past the Star Wars beer goggles. Just couldn't do it. So, and then I will say it sort of got worse after that. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat, RIP Star Wars. Yeah, for me, like after that, it's sort of, and again, it's kind of like you said, there was some videos that Melvin put out exposing him that I watched. I will say my favorite videos of Melvin's were the ones exposing Doomcock. Yeah. But yeah, fuck. It's pretty bad the way that the fan base has evolved for Star Wars. And I will say, like, it's sort of bad for a few other franchises where, yeah, the Sparrow Files. If you haven't watched the Sparrow Files on Darth Melvin's channel, there's the link. Do it. It's a great series of videos. Very revealing and very entertaining. But yeah, like, this is why I sort of, I guess it's a good thing that there's nothing coming out for sort of the next 6 months for Star Wars, because like I'm almost, I don't care about even the entertainment anymore. I'm sick of the fan base. The Disney Star Wars fan base, mind you. Let me clarify that. Just sick of them. Sick of what they say. Sick of what they do. Fuck, I've received like 10 phone calls since this stream's been going. Anyway, we're pretty much done. Anyway, I better go and call some of these people back. I think, even though it is my day off. Work just never stops. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for being here. It's been a fun one. Hopefully I'm feeling a lot better by next week, and we can maybe go a little bit longer. I might try and find a video that we can EFAP. We haven't done an EFAP something in a while. Maybe there's something that we can watch. Because more recently, the streams have only been going for 2 hours. Not that that's a problem, but we are used to them going for maybe 3 or 4. But yeah, hopefully by next week I will have seen Superman, whether it's a free ticket or not. We'll see. I'm hoping to have seen F1 by next week too, so I can at least give a bit of a review and thoughts on maybe that movie. But again, thank you everyone for being here. Thanks to the members. Thanks to all the super chatters. Speaking of that, Gabriel Knight comes in with $10 saying, great stream. Well, thank you. You've been a great chat, a great audience. You always are. Gabriel, thank you for the little tip there at the end. I appreciate it. And of course, Gabriel gave us some gifted memberships, as well as Mr. Bantham and Haggy became a member. We had a couple of member chats from RIP Star Wars and Jace as well. Jace as well. Yeah, we're fucking, man, what's wrong with me? RIP Star Wars sent a super chat. We got Reformact. Sent a super chat. Fucking retarded. And yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate all of you being here. Thank you for your help tonight too, Script. Sending me some stuff. Thank you for the super sticker. The name I always fuck up with the laughing fucking fox. Thank you. It's so embarrassing. Fuck, I hate myself sometimes. Thank you, everyone. You've been great. Love you guys. We'll see you next week for another Casual Rage. You'll catch me on Flashcast. Obviously, it's going to be a bit of a deep dive conversation on Superman. I'm hoping to have seen it by then, but we will see. But the guys, I'm sure, will have a great discussion about it anyway. So come over there and, yeah, we'll see you there. I'm guessing that the Jack Show's going. The Jack Show, is it still going? What's going on with my fucking shit right now? It is. The Jack Show is going. John is just displaying something right now. So go over to the Jack Show, say hello, give him a Rhino raid. See you on Flashcast. We'll see you there. See you there. All right, guys. Peace out. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing the movie. There's one scene that sticks out, and it probably sticks out for everybody, which is that, have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Put a ticket in and make her name it gay!
They came bounding over.
Fuck off! Disney! You fucking cunt!
A few minutes? Are you kidding? At the rate they're gaining?
No, what is it? You have to shoot this. Traveling through hyperspace is like Dustin Crop's kid. Without precise calculations, we fly too close to a store, or bounce into a supermarket, and then
Yeah.
it'll be a hell of a mess.
What's that?
Watch. You're losing the deflector shields. Go strap yourselves in. Be careful on the way out.
Yeah, sure. I'm taking it very cautiously.
You go away.
We bounced too near a supermarket?